So today we are going to talk about two topics. We are going to talk about section and orientation in biology. So we are going to start with section. So for us to study the internal structure of an organism, we have to make a cut through the organism so that we will be able to study this internal structure. So based on how we make this cut, we have two types of section. We have longitudinal section and we have transverse section. Longitudinal section talks about cutting through the length from the head to the tail. That means cutting this way here from the head downwards is what we call longitudinal section. It is also known as the lengthwise section because you are cutting through the length of an organism. And we have the transverse section, which talk about the crosswise part or the crosswise cut that we have to make through an organism. For example, if you are being asked to do a transverse section of me standing here, you cut this way. This is what crosswise across the organism. And the longitudinal has to be what lengthwise from this part downwards. Next, we have this orientation. We talk about how the body is being positioned. If I stand this way here, based on the first one that we have here, which is the anterior view, we talk about the head end of an organism. For example, if you are being asked to draw the anterior view of me standing here, you draw from this point towards the head. From the middle upwards, or around here upwards, you draw towards the head. And we have the posterior view, which talks about the tail end of an organism. For me, standing here as well as an example, you draw from here downwards. From here downwards also. The tail is any part behind the anal opening, behind the anus opening. Any part beyond it is what we call the tail. So the next part we have, or the next type of orientation that we are going to talk about, is the lateral view. The lateral view, it talks about the side view of an organism. That means if you are being asked to draw the lateral view of me, you draw this part or you draw this part. My side here or here is what you have to draw. And we have the dorsal view. We talk about back. For example, I'm standing here. If you are being asked to draw the dorsal view of me, you draw the back. You draw this part. In other organisms that works on four legs, for example, dog, cat, if you are being asked to draw the dorsal view, you draw also the upper part. If I put this hand on the ground, what will happen? This one will become the upper part. It will be the one that will be up. Same like we have a dog, we have a cat, we have a rat. So their dorsal view also is the upper view of an organism. For us, it's not the upper, but it's what? The back view. Know the difference between the two. For organisms that works on just two legs, their dorsal view is the back. For organisms that works on four legs, their dorsal view is the upper view of that organism. Last year I talked about the belly view of an organism. For example, if I stand here, you want to draw the ventral. You can either see the belly or the frontal view of an organism. For example, if you are being asked to draw the ventral part of me, the front part, not so. I'm standing there, this is the front of me. So you draw the front part, or we can see the belly part of an organism for organism that works on two legs. Or below for organism that works on four legs, like the cat, the dog, or other organisms like lion, jaguar, leopard, etc. The below or the under view of that organism is the ventral part. That means the part below, very closer to the ground, is what we call the ventral view. So the ventral view is the opposite of the dorsal view, because the dorsal is talking about the back view, while the ventral is talking about the front view of an organism, or we can say the upper part in terms of dorsal for organism that works on all the four. The upper part is the dorsal view, and the part below, the lower part, is what? The ventral view of that organism.